What gift I got? This one? That's fine. Say hi to YouTube. This will be on YouTube later. It is time for us to have a Tower of God discussion. Oh my god. We never do this. We always do this. Like the video, subscribe, hit the bell down to the Ghost Share 13-month series to get you and you can stay notified. Before I hop into this discussion, I'm going to catch up on some comments. Double cheeked up, cheeked up one after. Yeah, my tape, they could have both something else funny. Nah, Bam made that bozo Aaron. Don't do that to Bam. Honestly, we're disrespecting Bam. Yeah, Aaron is a loser. She's the goat. She's twisted. Tiara moves me. Tiara cooking. Lore V. SIU reflected. Gustang so cold, a menace. Every panel of Gustang is cold as hell. He is truly him. Popodia, Popodia. That's not what the heck's my brain. Popodow him. Himmy, I don't know. Himmy Gustang, I don't know. She's an actual demon. She sees something beautiful and her next response is so beautiful I want to destroy it. Like, hey, right? Like I love it, but she's unhinged. Those graves got Hindi writing on them. Oh, for real? I didn't know that. I can't. I speak English and French and a little bit of Spanish. By the way, the graves Hindi. That's interesting. So, what's the significance of that? Did is Max Sethian written in Hindi? I don't think so. Is it? Or Bam able to teleport the Tiger families outside the tower. LMAO, yeah. Stern. Where the hell? Stern Rider versus Ta Vanderich. Quincy. Bam. Move me. Your watch will be pleased. CBL winning. Dark Change. Real 2023. Bring back the Dark Change. Daga. Hugo probably a demon. Dark Change. Hugo a villain ass name. Hugo Strange. Good chapter. I haven't seen these guys since the last station. He reflected, to be honest. Elaine name dropped 10 out of 10. Everything else was pretty good except pretty good. CBL winning 7 out of 10 because of Elaine. 8.5 out of 10. What do Koreans think about the chapter? 9 out of 10 for me. Oh, I forgot to get the We'll follow it up on. You know what? We'll do another stream separating it. I forgot that I wanted to make that a weekly segment, but I didn't get the. I don't have the commentary on me. I'm sorry. I apologize. Now we gotta do this. The weeks of do this weeks with what the Koreans think. I don't remember. I don't have any commentary on me. I don't have any. I should have got someone to get it for me. That's my fault. But we'll definitely do it. We're doing it though. I don't care. We're doing it this week. This won't be in this video probably. Jump by ads. I'm sorry. How's the Korean comment section? Twitch had like 12 ads on this children's stream. Y'all won't prosper. I told you y'all. We get it. We gonna get that kick money, man. That kick money coming, bro. I've been observing. I've been looking. I've been lurking. This is what I thought. This is what I can translate those to text. I don't want anything. I don't want anything. I don't have anything. I fear I am free, so I will sleep rest here. Yeah, I like that. We need a more multilingual people here, so we can just no matter what language pops up, we have somebody who knows. I could generally do a decent job, but French, English, I could do a decent job. Spanish, I'm not, and Italian, I'm not completely lost, but I don't speak them fluently. But that's all I got. That's all I can do. I can't do anything else. So if it's German or any language, I'm out. If it's any type of character, like not even a letter, I cannot help you. I am gone. So Bam beating all the family heads at once. V lore Naya? Am I gonna get lore for V? Oh, you think he lost his memories of V? Interesting. So you think Bam is similar to V in nature? They said Jahad and V may have been kind of like adventurers, and then Jahad got more. He changed as he kept climbing, and V stayed the same. So, interesting. My mind actually didn't go there, but now that you mentioned it, that makes sense to me. So now I'm like, wait, am I just a bozo? What do I think about? What do I think? V lore incoming. Did Traumerei forget V? No. Maybe. Maybe Gustang wants to remember V. And then realize that Bam is V's son. And maybe that sends him on some type of different mission now. And Traumerei stops aligning himself with the King of the Tower. This isn't my theory, per se. This is what I keep hearing from other people, but there could be something there. There could be. I have a feeling it's apart from Gustang's plans. Okay. LOL, man gave you a good idea. How many times has Traumerei called him Jovial Grace? I don't think ever. feel like he said, did he actually? I don't know. Because they still know it's a Slayer candidate and whatnot. I don't know if Cosmic Scans just took their own liberty here. I'm not entirely sure. That's a good question to ask. I really don't know though. Now that I think about it, I think it is V. Perhaps Trump fed Levy the Leviathan the memories of him and Arlene. And considering that Gustang said that he was a coward for refusing to pick a side, he might have loved both Jihad and V equally, so he refused to pick sides. Interesting though. Interesting. Those things Gustang said V was the worst person he's ever met. You definitely well, yeah. That means you're in my camp of thinking that Bam is V is Bam's father for sure. Some people think it's Jihad. So yeah, that's damn, that's crazy. I don't think Gustang wants Trump to remember V, as Gustang does not like V. Well said. I'm not ready for the V dick writing in the future, y'all. But a family had Traumerei probably was like V as well, and his indecisive ass took the easy way and supported Jihad because Gustang knows Bam and Bam, his V son, but Traumerei hasn't shown anything like that. Yeah, like Traumerei seems to just know this is an irregular, but he seems to have no idea of his lineage. That's why I made that. I made a video about it. This Traumerei know about Bam's lineage. If you haven't seen that, it's older, something like last year though. He always said Slayer candidate. He used Bam's name the first time, I think, or irregular. I think he called him a human or something like that too. But Traumerei was a V sip before a Jihad sip. I don't know. It's possible. I don't think even Traumerei gets his memories back, he'll go against Jihad. There's a part of me that believes that. I heard a theory that Bam reminded Traumerei of young Zahar, which is way more interesting. I actually agree with that because remember you can use a lot of things that we saw in the hidden floor that you can use to build a case that makes sense. So I agree with you. The only one to be writing V is Loose Like. I agree with that. Loose Like's got to have that man's meat down his mouth. Damn, I got hooked the Ordeal. I forgot your stream. You're good. No, man. Read, enjoy Ordeal, man. Ordeal hitting. I want to read some tomorrow. I understand. I'm not mad at it. Tomorrow we read in JoJo Lands and some Ordeal. Although kind of like the SLU subverted his fight with Shinhui and gave us a different outcome. I agree. Traumer doesn't really know about Bam's lineage. He doesn't. It seems like he has no idea. Bam being Jihad Kid's theory is I respect the believers, but to me, I just can't find myself to believe it. I 100% believe that. I believe that Bam is the son of. To me, it makes no sense for Jihad's power to come through the hidden flow and say, "Didn't I kill you already?" Based on what we know, I do not think that Bam is Jihad's son. But there's some people who, to this day, still believe that and tell me they think that's the case. I don't know. I'm just black. Let me see what's. Let me go from the top to the bottom, and then we'll kind of go through. So, chapter starts off with them absolutely overhyping this stupid big ass fish that no one was scared of, and then they start talking about the plan. Bam is able to look at Elaine's dad and immediately discern that that's Elaine's father. Now, we had a little bit of fun during the live reaction, joking about it. As you know, I said, "Oh, we got it, we won, W." But in all seriousness, do you think that's the extent of what we'll get? Oh, he looks like Elaine. Is that Elaine's dad? That's it, or do you think that some way, some shape, or form, maybe he gets to see Elaine, meets Elaine again, or he brings up Elaine and it ends up going somewhere in some capacity? We talk about it a little bit, or we think no, like actually no, like we're not getting it. We're not getting it. Like it's just that was it. That was y'all carrot. He dangled it. We got like oh, a little bite, and that's about it. So, um, for that theory of Bam being like Young Jihad, I agree. But also, I think V and Young Jihad were alike, and Jihad changed, which led to the difference. Yeah, I agree with that, Barry. Like they said it in the hidden floor that as he started to climb and stuff, he started to look at the tower inhabitants and stuff like that differently. So I agree that maybe initially there was more commonality and overlap than there were differences between V and Jihad. But as they grew, they went like this. They like went apart. Also, Bam technically not even V's kid, but is a being that was resurrected into the original kid's dead body. Well, depending how you're looking at it. I told you, Trump's extra condition is bogus. Yes, that's it. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Also, take talking about loose like and V. One idea I heard that it could like that could be crazy is that loose like also has V's shadow, like how Reflejo got empowered by the Rancor Pokken shadow. Do you think you have to be alive for that to work though? Because V, as far as we know, is dead. So that's my only pushback there. I feel we will get more, to be honest. He doesn't even remember Elaine and LMAO. I doubt it, but what if Gustang wants him to go to some place connected to Arlene's tree? Meet up with Mule Love, the greatest of all time, the best to ever do it? Blue Ore? Blue Ore, the best move in the tower? I need that. I need that. I like that. I desperately hope there's more. That's my real answer. We should get more with Elaine, but I don't trust SLU to give us something satisfactory. That's fair. Maximum copium works. I'm thinking that best case, Elaine comes back and the Tower of God is great again. We need some Kaiser, baby. Kaiser and Name Hunter moves the masses. Come on, Slave in Utero. We need that. Elaine, Dad, is that you, Bradshed? I don't even know who you are. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? What did things say? Conor McGregor? Elaine is on the other side of the tower with Mule Love and Co. I don't think they are meeting anytime soon, but what if the gate, or the teleportation gate sends them right there? Hold on. Yes, sir. He can just slap them for her. I'm not sure about whether needing to be alive is a requirement. It would be very interesting if V Shadow thing doesn't need it to be alive, assuming he's secretly alive, something like that. I don't. I think our Arlene for sure I believe is alive, but V well she's supposed to be immortal, but V I think actually is dead. But I do think we'll get a at some point when we get like a backstory and or a backstory. Sorry, a flashback. I'm so tired about V and Jihad, the 13 Great Warriors, a great pilgrimage. I think V will kind of be the star of the show. Like in my head, V's the star, and Jihad almost steals the main character role from him as they grow. That's how I'm seeing it. But I do think him and V were probably the two leaders of the group, the two head honchos, if you will, the alpha males of the group, and people follow behind them until there was a divide, and you had to pick a side. We definitely did make TOD good again. We were probably potentially getting a V Force Ghost, V Force Ghost, Force Ghost V. I like that. Actually, no, I don't. I want to change this. Hyperlight Drifter. We changing you to Shantae. Because bands will make her dance. Bands will make her dance. Honestly, though, why should the family heads care if Bam is V kids? They don't care about their own kids. Might be the way SLU has set it up, but I can't believe the family heads changing side for something like Bam being V's son. I don't know that I understand that thought process, but I think to me, it's more so understanding that this isn't some random irregular like Urek or maybe Enryu. It's someone that has a deep personal connection to them and people they used to know and climb with. On top of if they figure out that this is Arlene's or V's kid, would they have some semblance of an idea of what it is that he should be good at, like tension, like spells, or being a spell breaker, so to speak? Like that's kind of more so along the line I was thinking of, not literally like, oh, that was V's kid. Well, I changed mine. Like I'm not. I wasn't really thinking like that. More so like, oh, there's a connect. There's a connection there that they have with Bam. He's not some random outsider. He's an outsider that's tied to them in some way, shape, or form. And maybe, depending on their interpretation of knowing that, would they feel any modicum of fear from the standpoint of an irregular who is the son and the son of an irregular that we didn't particularly treat well and went against? Does he want vengeance on us? Hold on. Might be cooking. Not saying that Bam does or wants that, but they don't know that. They don't know his personality necessarily. I would be worried if an irregular wanted my head up and coming. I might want him out the paint. I might pull up and flick him into oblivion. knowing what I did to his mother and father. You get what I'm saying? I hope that made sense. V must be that guy because imagine getting Jihad mad. He killed her kid because she didn't want bro. I know that's. Sometimes we call him the greatest simp in the tower for that reason. I'm really curious about the other heads sided with Jihad or why. Because they had the option of sitting out the war between Jihad and V. Jihad cares about Bam being V's son. I'll tell you that. That's a good point. Bam's about to start looking like Steve. Look at Eurasia too. Eurasia N. Also, if Bam makes his goal to make the next family head exit the tower, I wonder when he will cooperate with Urek. Do you think that that's what he wants to do? He wants to free the family head from the confines of the tower, not kill them? Because the creatures were like, kill him, kill, murder, murder, murder. Get about to pay. I'm yawning like crazy. I apologize, y'all. A wave of sleep just hit me like, like yo, I need a nap. It's hot in here too. I don't have the fan on. Death is also a form of freedom, you know. Shit. I free you from the mortal coil of this realm. Go in peace. So yeah, they're talking about the how the family branch was killed. Let's talk about the family branch for a second, though. We know this is probably a branch of the Lopobia. Like, let's say there was the Great Shark branch or some or killer orca killer whale branch or something. Like I'm saying, I'm sure the city itself underwater probably had more like regular people in it. Was that supposed to be impressive? This fish killed a bunch of nobodies, a bunch of regular civilians who don't have any combat capabilities, really. Is because like I think it would have been a more definitive statement if it's like this thing wiped out an entire branch and the branch's like hatchlings, children, and the branch leader. So the great white shark man. I don't know. We'll call him Squallow, right? Squallow is shark in Italian. Like maybe I'm thinking to myself, all right, that'd be a more impressive thing to say, but you just be like it went to the branch. Feels like you're trying to make it sound greater than it is without specifying anything. To me, this felt like a manipulation of words, but it also could be a translation thing. That's what the chapter led me to believe. The killing is never really happening. Okay, I got you. But these panels with the fish and stuff are cool. And Traumerei is totally a monster for killing all those people with a simple for simply missing a meal. This is in line with a lot of the nasty things we've seen him do and how he's treated his family, even as far back as during the name hunt station, learning about what happened with Elaine. So it's all consistent in that regard. I personally think it's to show Trauma's cruelty. I agree. It was probably a mid branch. Maybe it was the weakest branch, anyways, right? Do we have any instances of a branch animal's disposition not matching that of the branch family? If the animal was so violent, I can see the family also being something like that. I don't. I don't know if that's a thing. Like I'm thinking like Dorian Frog. Like I don't know if that any of these creatures necessarily exhibited any extremes levels of personality, whether it is or isn't in tandem with like the animal user. I'm trying to think. Alfina had the little shadow fox. It seemed pretty chill. Fenrir seemed pretty chill. Rapid Rapids seemed pretty chill. The Sea Dragon seemed pretty chill. Cobalt seemed chill. Dorian Frogs, Beast by Dre Frog seemed pretty chill. I don't know. I don't have an answer. Cap, ain't no way my boy Squallow the Sword Emperor lost to some bozo fish. Okay, we'll call him Khana. I know. We'll call him. Call him. Is this okay? How the fuck do you say shark in French? That's just. It's okay, right? That's crazy. I haven't said shark in French in so long. I forgot how to say it. You got a dip. All right, lost. Take care, man. Traum hated, so he killed my branch family. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Clint's statement about family heads being the same, I liked it because I feel SC subtly showing his dissatisfaction with his family head. I actually agree with that. As much as I like still understand the community's gripe, I'm like this. It almost like seems we're pushing him into that territory because he's like super unsurprised by it from the standpoint where it's like they're all the same. Like I'm sure he sees his dad in the same light. And even in the Hidden Floor, if you think about it, I know it was a data version of his dad. He didn't really show his dad any reverence or respect. You don't seem to like them. Damn, you really know these creatures. We may have that stream soon. Trauma is mega petty. What do you think of SIU coming full circle with Gustang and Urex? Talk about a whale being trapped in a small aquarium, and now Bam is also reflecting about the family heads being trapped. I didn't even kind of think about that, but I did think about a couple of things. So I'll say this, bad to the bone, because that's well said. Do you remember when Macheni first saw Bam? What she said, and it showed the like shark engulfing the little I don't know guppies and small whatever, where it's like seems to be a similar comparison or way of showing the dominance of a character over another character. We seem to be using the kind of like analogy of like the ocean or the seas or sea creatures and stuff, which is still pretty much in line with Tower God's theme of divine sea creatures and Shinsu looking like water and whatnot. But to answer your question, it coming full circle, I don't know if Bam fully understand what he's thinking or saying, but I do believe to some degree the family heads are trapped and bound by certain things when it comes to the tower. I don't know if Erect is different to me because Erect came after and he wants out. That's a good question. I'm gonna think. I'm gonna screenshot this. I don't want to think about that. We agree this chapter is setting up Bam to beat the shit out of Traumerei. Like secretly, like I want to say that, but I don't. I don't want to go there. At the very least, I don't know. Teleport him out the tower. I don't. I wouldn't put anything past Bam at this point. I suppose it's like Katana's been saying for a while. I'm like, maybe he's right. I don't know. Yeah, he feels like her father. Agree. The agenda of Bam beating a family has come true. Bam was like a baby shark. That's what it was. Yes, yes. Feels like her father. There you go. Also, don't know if the family heads really want to go out. Maybe some of them, not all. Yeah, maybe some of them are cool. Edouard got all the cheeks he could ever want in here. He might be good. The concept will be more emphasized when we meet Hendo. Absolutely. Hendo's going to be so important when we meet him. Did you guys think missing the one meal thing was crazy? A crazy reason to die? Like, what if that wasn't even anyone's fault? Like, what if it was a misunderstanding? Like, one meal? That's crazy to me. Oh, boy. Yeah, one is insane. Like, come on, bro. That's the way too much. Just one is like right? Like one meal, my ninja? That's all? That's it? That's not it. I want Bam to beat the ish out of a family head in a proper fight soon because it would be so funny, and I want to see how Bam starts to try to how Bam stands try to explain that. They're gonna what's the rule of three, man? You know the rule of three. Trauma psycho, just one. Not even breakfast, lunch, and dinner, just one. Oh man. The man literally got Yasaracha so he can watch him play. I'm not really surprised by his antics. That's a good point. Personally think it all comes back to Jihad not wanting to climb further. Bitch ass nigga. A whole branch and not a single person remembered to feed a goddamn fish. The fish had an upset stomach and people got genocided from it, right? Incredible. What if the fish wasn't hungry that day? Like, honestly, I don't feel like eating this today. Like, you didn't feed him. Destroy the whole branch. Execute Order 66. I can't do the voice. The Shinsu density thing was it's cool to know. I guess it's still a thing. Bam's different, Rack's different. Aguero doesn't have the level of Shinsu resistance that they do. Interesting to see, even though he was able to stand against the pressure of a family head totally fine. All the panels here of the sea creatures look really good. They talked about the damn crab. I can't believe the crab got a mention. It's insane to me. They go down. The thing tries to eat them. Cha and was immediately ready to help. Yuri's like, relax yourself. And then, but you know what? It looks to me like Yuri believes in Bam at this point, maybe. So at least more than Cha. Cha not a real CBL. Then Bam uses the teleportation soul arrow technique to get rid of them. What do you guys think about this line? In fact, relatively speaking, the greater the Shinsu pressure around him, Bam might get stronger actually. Does that make sense to anybody? That he's actually stronger than higher density in higher concentrations of Shinsu density? Does that make sense? Yuri is the original CBL. That's a good point. She was literally there for chapter one and kicked that boy in the face. That's a good point. So she been you. The Divine Beast was a fraud, to be honest. They were under the sea. All they really needed to do was break the glass and let the water. Also, I have this one observation compared to the number of Lopapia members that we have seen. Only one real member of Lopapia of the Popadal we've seen is Tiara. I think she's better than all of them. I'm not mad at that at all. So, question: do you feel Gustang really wants Bam, or he wants to kill Trom or both? My gut instinct is he wants Traumerei out the paint. That's my gut instinct. I think he understands that he automatically has the strongest family if he has a second irregular in there. I think we can all admit that. No matter how talented the family is from top to bottom, how many princes you have direct descendants, if your family had a regular and then a high ranker irregular like Bam in their family, you immediately become the strongest family. At least that's what I think. I think he wants him dead though. I don't think that I think the Leviathan memory thing's interesting, but I think that we're making like I like to do the thing where what's the saying? When you don't know the truth, whatever makes the least amount of assumptions is probably the most likely to be the most accurate. That's kind of the page that I'm on right now. The Lion Beast was a fraud, like literal screen time wise. Okay. Um, killed everyone for losing one meal with his own family to have kids with said family. Not to mention that he personally had Laura, who he banged by the way to have that kid do the D with Sea Snake. He's different. Original CBL, Yuri was washed. She must be back on. She must think back on this loss. She must reflect upon her loss. Yuri saw Yuri saw him dodge Tiara. She got to show respect on that. That kind of makes sense. It's just Shinsu after all. Since like an administrator, more Shinsu give more to work with. I think you think it's because his attacks are stronger with his orb technique. Yeah, might be because of his tension. So the higher the pressure, the better the tension. I don't know though. Okay. It does make sense. If the Shinsu is denser, his attacks will be stronger. That's a good point. It makes sense to me because it means that there's more atmospheric areas of Shinsu to draw from, and it's more potent. So he has a greater, more effective reservoir to draw from. So I guess the drawback would be for most people is that it's so heavy, and it feels like you're walking through the ocean or liquid. You can't really harness that level of power. But if you can't feel it, okay. I guess I can floor in the final test. Because Bam was in the Shinsu Lake where the density was higher, he was able to control the Shinsu better. So I think it's a nod to that moment. Okay. I think the more Shinsu he has to work with, the better for Bam. Since he uses it effortlessly, Bam is good with Shinsu pressure, so the denser, the better for him. I could see it. I could see it. I'm not mad at it. That makes sense to me. It's just an interesting observation made by Aguero, I suppose. Teleports him away, sets him free. Traumerei says he chose freedom. Gustang cuts. Keating is on his knees. We see the graves. And then he's like, "You must kill Lope be a Traumerei. Kill him. Perhaps." Then it goes back to the family head and Tiara mate. And I'm trying to see Hugo. I don't know about y'all, but I'm trying to see Hugo. So alright, give me your favorite panel and your favorite piece of dialogue. And do me a huge favor for next week. Or you know what? No, let me do this myself. Let me write this down in a sticky note and post it here so I know. Yeah. Okay. Because we need that Korean segment. What every week. So I'm a literally write it here, and I'm gonna stick it here so I remember. But I'll do a stream. I'll do a comment. I'll do a comment stream where I'll read through my comments, Reddit comments, Twitter stuff, and the Korean comments so to make up for it. So you don't have this segment this week, but next week we'll be ready. That's my fault. I totally forgot. I wasn't prepared. Fishbowl Traumerei. Yeah, that was really good. Glad Ashby profound event. Shout out to her. Bam's good with Cincy pressure is better. Yeah, it's better for him. Yeah, definitely in the sense that like since it doesn't affect him, his opponents will be affected and he'll move freely. So definitely. That's a good point. Fishbowl trauma with him being the ocean, the panel with trauma in the ocean is back. Trauma panel, I think people like Kun and like other regulars would just struggle with the density because they're not well attuned to that density. In fact, Hansung himself said that Kun probably had mid or even poor Shinsu affinity despite being a Kun. Oh, was that when he got through the wall and then he talked about like he had like the thing in his hand, the Marabadana. I think I recall that. Trauma panel. I think people for apparently the trauma of sea creatures or mates cheeks. Hey. Bam pulling the bow. Favorite dialogue everywhere at Gustang's mouth. As for the best panel, Traumerei the creatures, bam, the error release. Fix ads. Fix ads. Thank you. Kun shaking in his boots like a frog was nice. I feel it. What was yeah, mine's a Traumerei panel. As far as dialogue, it's like, all right, Traumerei, see you in a week. Pussy. I was like, bro, what's good with it? Why you like that? Or maybe the one meal. You missed the one meal. And Lilian needs a slap, bro. She's so annoying. We don't need her. She just not necessary. She just isn't. So I don't know, man. But all right, y'all. I do have some work that I need to get done. The Patreon gang. Big shout out to everybody who supports me on Patreon. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to the CBL. That's the certified BAM lovers. But I gotta give a bigger shout out to the priests of fire. Those are the certified brilliant lovers. Are they the real CBL? I don't know. They just might be. But incredible, incredible. Big shout out to the Fifth Zen Gods, my tier 3 patrons. Big shout out to Abdel, Alan, Andrew, Ashu, Childish New Jabbis, Danny402, I think one or I, Dang, Tris, Fairs, Johnny Rogers, Lazy Dragon, Lucky Roo, Makai, Maury, Rap ZB, Revenant, Scobe, Shoddy to your body. Simi, Sonny Kathapali, Ticos, Tino Brown, Rec Mazzino, and Zachary Cooper. Whoops, I lied, there's two more. Zodiac, Nemiko, and Zyler Scotty. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you. And for anyone who wants to know how they can support me without giving me money, you watch as much as you can, you like the video, you comment, you share, and you tell people about me. Spread the word about the legend of Hemmings. All right, I'm out, man. Yeah.